Well, that's a little embarrassing that we start as I hit the wall, but that's fine. We can just ignore that. Hello, everyone. My name is Dellead, and welcome to the SimplePlanes 2 free playtest. It is still ongoing as of right now. There's only 4 days left, so if you're watching this live, now's your opportunity to get in on it and try the game out for free on Steam. If you're watching this in greater than 4 days, well, I'm sorry, but you've missed your chance. You're going to have to wait for the game to fully release. Hopefully not as buggy. Oh my goodness, game volume's really high. Let's turn that down. There we go. So, there's quite a few things you can do in the playtest so far. It is just a demo, so building new planes and everything, that's out. But you can drive around the Driftwood Airport, which is this airport right here, this entire island over here, and then a couple outlying islands over here. That is as far as they will let you go on the map so far. So it's not the full map. Obviously, they're trying to keep some stuff secret for the full release of the game. Can't let all of their tricks out of the bag, you know? And, you know, you wouldn't expect anything different from a playtest like this. Really, goal is not to just spoil the whole game for you. It's just to give you a teaser and to kind of stress test the software, give them an opportunity to find and correct some bugs, which they've already done one patch to correct a lot of the multiplayer issues, which is good to see that they're actively working on improving it in the immediate time frame, not just collecting data. Obviously, still got some bugs, but what we're going to be doing in this live stream is there's a bunch of designed activities you can do. So there's some air races that we'll try out. I've done a couple of them. There's a bunch of ground races. I have not done all the ground races. Not all of them are good, in my opinion. But the Driftwood Stadium ones are all pretty good. So basically everything until you get to the Driftwood Togue and the Bridged Togue, these two are kind of rough. There's also some combat mini games, Bomber Intercept, Deathmatch, and Mech Invasion. And then there's some challenges. I've not played the challenges yet. I'll probably do that before the trial ends. But we'll start off with some classic car racing. And we'll just start off with the Driftwood Cup. I'm trying to get a sub 4-minute overall time, which is pretty challenging. So we're going to have to really lock in here. And this first turn comes right out of the end of the straightaway, and you got to be quick to brake and then accelerate out of it down through this bridge. You can mostly keep the speed up here, but then there's a pretty tight turn you got to step on the brakes for, and overshot it. That's okay. We didn't fully spin out, so it was quick recovery through this S turn, and then there's what I like to call a power turn up here once you get through the second S turn. And by power turn, I mean it's a gentle enough turn that you can keep the accelerator down if you time it out right into a shorter straightaway up here. But this allows you to keep the speed up all the way through. And we're almost at 200 miles an hour here. Brakes, 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 brakes. A little late on the brakes. Okay. That's fine. We recovered it. Tight turn here into a tighter turn. This one's a little deceptive because it starts a little bit more gentle and then comes into a nicer or a much sharper turn. Always screw this part up here. And this drops you off in the straightaway, and that's a lap right there. So we're currently 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's actually pretty good. If I can keep this lap time up, I should be sub 4 minutes. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll be just shy. So I think we need to come off of it a little bit time-wise. Ooh, bounce the wall. That's gonna hurt the time. Okay, we're not going to break the record on this one. Yeah, we're not gonna break the record on this one. That's okay. We'll use it as a practice round. Just trying to refamiliarize myself. I just started playing a couple minutes ago, and kind of got to warm up a little bit, you know. Get into the zone, go through the lap a few times, kind of memorize the turns, the feel for it. It's all part of the process, but I can keep the accelerator down all through this, which I've got to keep the accelerator down as long as possible here. Start the braking a little early. That was better. I can start accelerating again. That was better. All right, brakes. brakes and then right back onto the accelerator. Still coming off the track on this turn here, but I think it was a little bit better on the second half of that lap. So we need to work on this first bit. The first turn coming out of the straightaway, and then that big turn out from the other side of the bridge here. That's the part I keep messing up. Okay, and brakes. Turn. Not enough brakes still. Okay, we bounced that time. Thank you to the bouncy physics in this game. It actually didn't hurt as much for our time overall. Okay, we didn't go off the gravel, but I probably can take that turn a little faster. Lost it a little bit there, overcorrected. That was better, though. Keep the accelerator down, keep the accelerator down, keep the accelerator down. Good. Okay. Brakes. And then back on the accelerator. Keeping it up over 100 miles per hour through this turn. Kept it on the road. That's good. Let's keep it up. Okay, that's better. That was better. Ooh, kept it on the road, but overshot on that part of the turn and lost some speed. Okay. Not perfect. I'm very close to the 4-minute time mark, though, because this is the final stretch here. That's 4 minutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds too fast to getting a 3-star on this. Okay. I think we can get 3 stars on this if we're a little bit more disciplined. Let's try it again. Okay, I probably could have braked a little harder and then accelerated through that turn, but that's okay. Ah. Not enough deceleration there before the turn. Again, a little too much. All right, keep the accelerator down. Just keep the turn nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Come out to the outside. Shoot the inside. There we go. Coming up on 180. Not quite as good. Dropped below 100 miles per hour coming through that turn. That part was better, though. So kind of toggling between brakes and acceleration there. Also better. Hard on the brakes here. And then get the accelerator down. There we go. Okay, so closing out that lap was a lot better. We're at 1 minute 10 seconds into the straightaway. If I can get it less than 1 minute and 20, I will be a successful lap. So, first lap's always going to be a little slower. Not what I wanted to see. Oh, all right. We're going to restart. We're going to restart. I crashed. It's just going to be a fail. Okay. But we were a little bit better on that first lap. We showed some improvement on a couple of the later turns, which is good. Still not quite hitting that first turn. It's a tricky one. When you're coming out of a straightaway like that, it is tricky. What's the cat doing? Ooh, oh, man, I turned around and I overcorrected. Gosh darn it. Okay, you deal with the cats. I'm trying to focus here. And it's throwing my focus off. Oh, no! Okay. We're back on. We're back on. We're back on. Accelerator down. Turn, 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 turn. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Outside edge. Go for the inside here. 180. Brakes. Start turning. A little too sharp. A little too sharp on the inside of the gravel there. Not enough to super hard decelerate us, but not clean. Not clean. Same thing there. I was taking that a little too slow. I think we can go a little faster here. No good. Total spin out. Backed into the checkpoint, though, so that's, you know, a plus. Minute and 13 seconds into the straightaway. Yeah, sloppy. That was sloppy. All right, we got to lock in here. We got to focus. All right, brakes. Turn. Still not enough. I need more brakes earlier for that. Punch it, punch it, punch it. Brakes. Okay, good. A little on the inside of that turn, but kept the speed up. Ooh, very sloppy, but kind of cut the corner there a little bit. For a little bit of speed. I'm trying to keep it on the track. I'm trying to keep it, like, clean. Because I think in actual racing for time, if you, like, go off track, it DQs you. Or there's a time penalty. Basically, if you go past the red and white checkered curbs, that's... that works against you. So I'm trying to keep it on the asphalt. Good. Uh, 50 miles per hour is not how fast I'd like to be coming into the straightaway, because that means we've got to accelerate a lot more before we get up to top speed. I think that lap was overall faster. Yes, overall faster. Okay. Didn't hit the wall that time, but I think I need a brake before I hit the checkpoint ring there. Brake too late. In the gravel. Out of the gravel. SimplePlanes does model traction on different surfaces, so the gravel, it is harder to go fast on. You know, those loose rocks are spinning under the tires, so they're not actually giving me grip. So when we're driving in the gravel, it is slowing us down. 170, 180, good speed here. Brakes. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. Pretty good. Keeping it around 100 here. I think we just have to slow down to 50 miles an hour on that turn. There's just not a way to take it faster. We're still just shy of 4 minutes here. 4 minutes, 2 seconds, 3, 4, 5, 6. This won't be as good as our first run. All right, 4 minutes, 8 seconds. We can do better. We're so close. I'm having troubles with consistency right now. Wide through that turn. Ooh, too much, too much, too much, too much. Oh, shoot. All right. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're just going to restart. That's no bueno. At the very least, it restarts quickly. No loading scene, no cutscene. Just teleports, starts the clock. Bounce the wall. Okay. That was too early on the brakes. Overcompensated. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Good through those turns. Keep it redlined. Keep it redlined. Okay. Kept it just under 100 there. That's good. Minute and 7 seconds into the straightaway. That was 3 seconds faster. Those seconds are what's going to get us there, right? We're only 6 seconds off total. So if I can keep that lap... Still a minute and 20 seconds. We're just shy. Brakes. Turn. Okay, we decelerated too much there. I think we can brake a little longer and then start accelerating through the turn. You get better traction when you accelerate. Hello, Amirun. Welcome. And you distracted me. See what you've done, Amirun? Look at that. You distracted me and I spun out. Look what you have caused. Look at the chaos. And I missed my checkpoint there. Man, see what you've done? All right, restart. We're gonna get this. We're going to get this. This is hard. For a game primarily about planes, its racing physics is pretty realistic and unforgiving. Slow down too much to that turn. I drifted way too hard there. In the gravel, not good. Over the curb, spun out over the curb. Let's do donuts, shall we? Alright, 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 alright. Shake it off, shake it off. Focus, concentrate. Okay, 77 miles per hour through that wasn't terrible. Not terrible there. Probably could have gone a little faster, but at least I didn't go off track and I kept control. There is a random car on the track. That's fun. Let's try not to hit him. Off the track, off the track, off the track. Spinning out. Hit the barrier. And at a dead stop in the middle of the track when I should be gaining speed here. Not good. Terrible run. Terrible run. All right, try again. Good speed through that turn. I feel like I'm getting worse. All right. Minute 12 seconds into the straightaway. Ugh. Okay, that's like a whole 5 seconds slower. Seconds count, man. Seconds count here. Minute 30 into the first lap. Should have kept the brakes on longer. That's okay. We'll recover from that. Into the gravel and lost control. All right, back on the track. Okay, good. Good, so far so good. Hug the outside, shoot the inside. Brakes. 115 through that turn. Not bad. Hit the curb. Too far there, too far there. I broke too late. Should have braked early and then powered through the turn, but I broke too late and had to reset basically. This lap was faster by a couple of seconds, which is good. Okay, so I'm letting off the brake too early. I need to hold the brakes down for longer and then immediately switch to the gas. Because when you're... It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like when you're braking, your steering control is really bad. And so you need to either be braking straight and then turning when you're accelerating, or braking straight and then turn when you're idling. $160, $170, $180. Not going to get there in 20 seconds. That's just not in the cards. No, 7 seconds left till we hit the 4-minute mark. It's 100% possible. Like 4 minutes is a reasonable time to get. It's not like, oh, I'm never going to hit that. I'm so close. And I'm making sloppy mistakes that are killing me on time. This is my worst so far. 4 minutes in, what, 15 seconds? 4 minutes, 14.75. Let's do it again. You get better through practice. You got to practice. Practice makes excellence. But only if you're practicing good. If you're practicing bad habits, then you're just getting better at being bad. You need to practice the good habits. You need to criticize yourself when you're doing poorly. Like right here, every time I hit this turn. All right. Restart. No. We're not doing that. We're hitting this turn. Okay, that was much better. 80 miles per hour through the turn. So we want to start wide and go to the inside of that first turn on the straightaway. And then every time I come off into the gravel over here. That wasn't as bad. We didn't spin, but still not good. I'm also doing this with a keyboard. So my inputs are 100% left or 100% right, 100% forward, 100% backward. There's no, like, I can't, like, tune it, you know, to the situation. It's either all in or all out. Which is fine for acceleration. Like, on the pedals, you should pretty much be slamming it to the floor or slamming the brakes. But for the wheel, you need to be a little bit more ginger with it, and I can't be ginger with it. Too late on that turn. Minute and 7 seconds into the runway, or straightaway, not bad. Let's see if we can gain some time back here. All right, so starting on the outside of the turn, close to the stands, we're going to brake right before we hit the checkpoint. Brakes. And then accelerate through. Nope. That wasn't it. All right, recover and keep moving. Not going to let that slow me down. I mean, we let it slow me down, but I'm not going to let that stop me from finishing this. Okay, kept it on the asphalt that time. Through here. And then we kind of want to go inside. Nope, too fast, too fast. Too much speed. Okay. Let's just get up to 180 here. Speed's good, 180, maybe 190. Too late, gotta brake. Okay. And into the gravel we go. Sloppy turn there. Sloppy turn here. Just like accidentally hit that last checkpoint. Oh my goodness, what are we doing? $150, $160, $170, $180. All right, let's work on just getting this first turn. $200. There we go. There we go. And that stayed around like 70 for the most part. That was better. Maybe if instead of braking through that second turn, I just let off the accelerator and coast a little bit. Okay, good speed through that. Maintain good speed through that. Ah, slow down too much there. Didn't let off the brakes early enough. And we're talking like 1/4 of a second, 1/10 of a second. Too late or too early. That's all it takes to overshoot or miss on these. Hit the curb, bounced me, keeps bouncing me. And 4 minutes flat into the straightaway with all of our speed gone. We'll get there in like 15 seconds, I think. Too slow, too slow. Maybe not 15 seconds, maybe 10. 11. 12. $13 seconds. All right. And we do it again. We're getting better. Each individual component, each individual turn is getting better. I still need to get the whole thing together in one piece. Hitting that wall was not intended. All right, let's try letting off instead of slamming on the brakes. Maybe a combo with that? Hold on. Let's try that again. I want to experiment a little bit here and see what the right combination of brakes, gas, and idling I need to hit that turn. So we go outside, brakes, and then turn, and then that's kind of what we want to see. We hug the corner right there. And then let's come through here, and I'm just going to coast for a second. Tap the brakes slightly. There we go. Okay, we still got down to like 55. So we're still pretty slow there. But I don't know if slowing down more slowly or slowing down more quickly is the right way. Okay, punching it here, punching it here. If the tires are screeching, I'm not accelerating. So I need to try and minimize that whenever I'm accelerating. I shouldn't have screeching tires. Technically got it, but it was sloppy. Still 1 minute and 6 seconds into the straightaway. Not what I want. All right, we got to be able to do better. What? What's she doing? Did she just eat into the bag of treats? No, don't show me. I'm busy. I'm trying to concentrate. Ooh, just barely hit that one. Okay. And in the grass, and in the wall. FML, dude. Oh my goodness, come on. Get it together. That's ridiculous. I was too slow. I should have been accelerating more there. Two minutes 30 seconds into the straightaway. Right, so in order to pass this, I need a 1 minute and 10 second lap, basically, which means perfection. Which so far this is not perfection. Far from it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Back in the grass again. Back in the grass again. Oh, we got back on the asphalt without spinning out. We are going too slow though. Better speed through there, down to 111 at its slowest. 115 there. Just under 100 through this turn, so that's good. Wasted energy on that turn though. And Just shy, actually. That's 4 minutes. This won't be our worst run. Maybe like our, actually like our second best, 4:07. So I just need it. That was like 7 seconds faster, or 6 seconds faster than the last one. So we just need to shave off another 7. Okay, we can do that. Sloppy on the first turn. That was better. That was much better. This is bad. This is bad. This is me in the gravel, but that other turn was good. Stay off the grass. There we go. No grass. No grass. There we go. All right. 40 seconds, 44 seconds. A little wide there. Too much of a slowdown. Not good. Not a game ender, but not good. All right, through these. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Misclick there. Bad misclick. And we've totally slowed down. Hitting the straightaway at 1:10 seconds instead of 1:04. Because I think I basically need to hit the straightaway at 1:04 seconds. 1:04, 1:05 seconds. If I can hit the straightaway with speed at that time, that'll be like a good enough amount of time to clear the straightaway. Better on that turn. Not great. Not terrible. Not as good on that turn, but I think we can not hit the gravel here by instead hitting the gravel over there. And then overcompensating and whacking the wall there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Get over on the inside. Okay, 2 minutes. Better through this turn. Just a quick pop slow down there to keep control through it. Hook in the inside, just touch the outside. There we go. Still not good enough coming into this final turn. That hairpin turn right there is tough. That's really tough. Oh my goodness, I feel like I need to be an actual F1 driver to actually hit this 4. Maybe 4 minutes is, like, nearly unachievable. It feels like it, dude. It's supposed to be a pretty chill, casual game, but 3 stars on this is not actually chill or casual. It's pretty freaking difficult. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Good. Good. Okay, this is better. This is good. Down to 99 there. The slow spot. Looking at my speedometer as we started to re-accelerate through that. Down to 67 there. Not good. Suboptimal. 3 minutes, 46 seconds into the straightaway. I need to get to the end of the straightaway in 13 seconds. Not going to happen. Just not going to happen. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 minutes, 4:1, 4:2. Actually, new PR, 4 minutes, 2 seconds, 2.64 seconds short. That's killing me, dude. All right, restart. We can get 2 minutes, 2.64 seconds off the time. Okay. Okay. Down to 90, not good. Not good, not good. And the gravel spinning out. And we've lost it. Okay. This ain't our run. We'll finish out this lap. I'm just going to restart. Just going to restart that. Not nearly fast enough. That kind of screw up there where we lost it coming out of that turn and then ended up in the gravel just absolutely breaks it. Yep, restart. Restart. Too wide out of that turn. Pretty good in there. Nice and tight on that one. Still down to like 70. But I'm noticing like 70 is about as fast as I can take that. In the grass. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Spin out. Restart. All right, here we go. That's about what I want to pull right there. Keeping it above 80 the entire time, right on the inside of that turn as fast as I can reasonably take it. That one wasn't as good, but still not too bad. 77 was the min speed we hit there. $90 on that one, not bad. All right, this is already going better. 40 seconds, good. Better. Maybe not best, but better. Wide coming out of that, but 1 minute and 4 seconds into the straightaway. That's the time I need right there. 1 minute 4 seconds coming into the straightaway. Gives me plenty of time to accelerate. I didn't lose as much speed. I can close out this lap well. Sub-minute 20. Not quite tight enough through that turn. We slowed down a little too much, but we still made it without hitting the wall. Overcompensated here. Too late on the brakes there. 50 miles per hour all the way down to 40 there before we started accelerating again. Dang. Basically just totally lost control there. We're back up though. We're back up. Man, it's tough. A race on a track like this is, you kind of have to break it down to its constituent components. So every turn is a part of the race, right? And you have to master each turn. So maximizing your speed and also putting yourselves in the ideal position for the next turn. Two minutes, 20 seconds. Not where I want to be. That second lap killed me there. Let's see if we can make up for it. That was better. Ooh, would have been good if I hadn't spun out a little bit there. I caught it, but that cost me a lot of speed, and that's like a half second right there. Each one of these turns, if I screw it up, that's a half second to the time. That's a half second to the time. It adds up. Those mistakes stack pretty quickly. $45 to finish the race. Ooh, keeping good speed here. Keeping good speed here. Minute. About $1.30 through that turn. Down to 80 there. Not good. I've got 30 seconds to finish this race. Ooh, we're going to be close. We're going to be close. Never mind. No, we're not going to be close. Oh, too much time there. Too much time there. 18 seconds on the straightaway. Oh, this is going to be close. All right. No turns on the steering wheel. Just keep it. Accelerator down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. 3 minutes, 59.63 seconds. That should be 3 stars, right? Let's go. Oh, even with the screw up there in the middle, we managed to make up enough time on the other turns. All right. We're going to come, we might come back to that to try and beat it again, but it's 3 stars. 3 stars is good enough for me. Next track. So these first couple of tracks, they're all actually the same track. It's just different sections of it. For this one, I'm not trying to set a PR here. I just want to see what it looks like. I've played it a couple times, but this is just a warm-up lap. Okay. So kind of a oxbow turn here into a pretty aggressive hairpin. So we could probably keep the speed up during the oxbow, but we're going to have to hit the brakes hard on that hairpin. Another pretty big oxbow or an S turn here. Gentler turn here, but then this comes into a hard 90, almost a hairpin turn. Back around here, and then that's the lap. So it's a very short lap. All right, let's take it at speed now. Yeah, this turn is going to be the brutal one right here. Ooh, never mind. This is going to be the brutal turn right here. That one's going to suck. Never mind. This turn's going to be the brutal turn. Okay. Maybe they're all brutal turns. Yeah, this one's going to suck right here. This one I'm going to spin out in this patch of gravel a lot. I can feel it. Was the time to beat? I think I had 3:15 on the clock earlier. Should probably actually check and see what the 3-star time is. It's such a short track. I mean, that's a really short track. Yeah, that turn sucks. That turn sucks a lot. Okay. Let's come around. Maybe we take that, yeah, take that a little wide, and then that sets us up with speed back into this first oxbow. I don't even know if oxbow is the right term for racetrack terminology. I am not a professional driver, so if I'm wrong about that, too bad. Maybe they're all just S turns. Who knows? They accidentally beat my PR. I must not have been doing too hot when I set the 3-minute 15-second time, because... Oh, no. No, that's not my PR. Okay. What was my PR? for this. 3 minutes flat. Wait. If my best score is 3... Oh, it's probably 3 minutes and some change. It's probably like 3 minutes 15. Okay, you know, this one shouldn't actually be too bad. Big thing to focus on is hard on the brakes when we need to be. We should be okay. And this one also starts out a little different because you're on a straightaway here. Okay, not terrible through the first turn. A little slow. Didn't bomb the second turn, but in the gravel on the third turn. Didn't spin out this time. Nah, I spoke too soon. We spun out. There we go. Okay. Okay, that was better. Let's, again, try and take this wide. And then accelerate through. Yeah. That's good. That I can work with. So then that sets us up actually fairly well if we can thread that needle coming through the first oxbow. Never mind. Ugh, that was sloppy. Okay, again, let's take this wide. Not that wide. Okay. All right. That's probably not going to be the time. Start again. It's like we gas it here. We can kind of turn this way. But then I've already got to, like, kind of tap the brakes a little bit. A lot of it. To try and keep the speed up there. And, like, that's sloppy. I'm fishtailing all over the place here. If you hit the curb there with any speed, or especially at an angle, if you hit these curbs at an angle, you're going to go flying. Okay, that wasn't terrible. 4 minutes, or not 4 minutes, 44 seconds. And we're over again. Ugh. Ugh, that sucks. That feels bad. Feels bad to do that. Okay. Let's just push ahead. Nope. Did not decelerate enough there. All right. All right, here we go. So if we kind of start off straight and then turn here, we kind of can hit this and this without having to turn a ton. Just brake a little bit to stay in control here. That was weak. That was weak. Okay. Ooh, and okay, that curb right there, that's raised up like a couple inches higher than the rest of them. $40 seconds going into lap 2 now. Total spin out. Run it back. And we're off. Okay. Let's Pick up the speed, pick up the speed, pick up the speed. Ah, man. That turn just throws me through a loop every time I go through it. Okay. And then I end up overcompensating, flipping the wheel around out of impulse there, and that throws me completely off for that final turn, and then I'm always overshooting this turn. I'm always overshooting this turn. Okay. Come on. I feel like I'm spinning out a lot more on this track. Maybe just because it's flatter. Like the other track had a little bit of curve or like incline to the roads. This just feels flat. Maybe this turn has a little bit of a grade to it. Okay, brake hard here so that we can accelerate here, and then that puts us through this turn. There we go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? No, it wasn't. And we're only at 2 minutes with only 2 laps to go, so it's feasible. Maybe not likely, but it's feasible here that we might do it. No, it's not. Disregard. Everything I said was a lie. I'm not going to make it this time. Especially when I drive like this. Especially when I drive like that. At least that Yui kind of flipped us around the right direction. What, 20 seconds to finish? Can I finish in 20? Oh, I did finish in 20. That was it. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Wait, so the last checkpoint's on that turn? Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe because the first checkpoint, like you start, when you start the race, you don't start on the course. You start on this leg of road. And then because that first checkpoint's farther back there, your last checkpoint is actually comparably spaced back here. Okay. So that gives me 3 stars, right? 3 stars. Okay. All right, long figure 8 race around Driftwood with a crazy intersection separating the 2 areas. All right. Let's make it morning. Oh, this is one of the ones with jumps. I don't like the ones with jumps. Okay, so this is the figure 8. Crazy sharp hairpin turn here. Like, not even a curve, just like a straight angle. This turn's gonna suck to take at speed. Alright, this turn we know. We know this turn. This is the straightaway, but instead of going onto the straightaway, we come off and we go this way backwards, basically. Another jump. Back into the figure 8. Gotta pretty much come to almost a stop there, 30 miles an hour. And then with these jumps, we gotta make sure we take them straight. Probably not as fast as possible, though. Because I want to get my tires back on the ground. So, like, up, brake, hit. Oh, this is a long lap, too. Well, and we exploded. Okay. This one's a long one. We're gonna have to learn this kind of as we go. I think this is going through the bridge the other way. Yeah, it is, because then we're at the straightaway here. Yeah, okay. Now we're on the straightaway going the other direction. What is this nonsense? Obstacle course? Oh, God. Actual obstacle course. Just for funsies on this race. And then that restarts. That's the lap. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do all 3 laps. Get familiar with the course. The layout here. This one's... That turn's going to suck a ton. I feel it. I can feel how bad that's going to suck. Same for this one. Both these turns suck. Ooh, not good. Okay. Hit the curb, bounced over the guard wall, landed on the photographers. Not where the car should be, but okay. Another hairpin. Another ramp. So this is why I don't like the ramps. You could be going perfectly straight. Maybe not perfectly straight, but you're going on the straight road. You hit the ramp, and then you just go sideways because you landed bad. This whole course, this is like a stunt course, basically. Getting a good time here is going to be a challenge. Same turn. Okay, this turn is deceitful. This is a deceitful turn because the road drops down in a way and it makes it hard to see the turn as it switches back on you there. Under the bridge. I guess this is the runway, really, right here. Right up into this jump where I will probably always spin out of control if I actually try to take the jump. We come into the obstacle course here. That's tires. Okay. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Yep, good. Just absolutely nick it right there. Just touch my tire on that stack of tires. Completely throw me off. This absolute bastard of a turn. And then once you're out of this bastard of a turn, immediately into another one of the exact same variety. Onto the false straightaway. Into the jump section. We didn't lose control on those turns, which is good. That's improvement. This weird, like, jagged turn here. Next jump. Hey, didn't spin out. That's good. Didn't spin out there either. Also good. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. There we are, spinning out. Ooh, we're going to keep driver assist on. Okay, this is the deceitful turn. Brakes. Yeah, there we go. It's actually not a hard turn to take. You don't have to brake a ton. You just have to pop them a little bit and then start turning to the inside. But if you don't do that, you crash into that wall real hard. Flip my car, why don't I? Yep. And then round the corner. Back into the obstacles. It's a PR. Wow. All right. Let's try it for real. Bad turn, bad turn, bad turn. Getting way too much there. Let's try and control that better. Okay. Ah, bad on that hairpin again. Into the grass. Into the grass. Out of the grass, please. Thank you. We were at least able to straighten out that time, but not before spinning. Pointing the exact wrong direction now. Oh my goodness. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, not as terrible there, but not good. There we go. Hug the inside of that one. Cut the inside of that one off. Right there. There we go. Shortest distance between 2 points is a line. So if instead of swinging around these curves, I can cut in between and draw like a straight line between the curves, that's ideal. That's what we want to be doing here. Bad jump, bad jump. At least we didn't flip. All right, we're a minute and 2/3 of the way through this lap. It's actually not terrible for time, especially because the back half of this course I think I do better on. It's that front half that's just ugly. Never mind, back half can be ugly too. Back half can be ugly too. Okay, pick up some speed, slow down, jump. And that ends the first lap. So, okay. Let's take a look at these obstacles, right? As we're coming into these. So, I'm going to go right here, right? Because that's just a trap. And if I go left here, right, left, that's kind of like the straightest path through, I think. I don't know if it actually is, but that feels like the path of least resistance through the obstacles. Not terrible. Okay, that's better right there for that hairpin turn. That was not great, though, for that jump. Ooh, not a terrible recovery, though. We managed to bounce from that. Okay, into the deceptive turn. Didn't crash, but I did spin out still. Back on the track. All right. Okay. Ooh, missed that. Can't miss that. Can't afford to miss that. Okay. Reset. There we go. Let's try this run at the obstacle course one more time here. Right, so right. And then we're going to have to slow down. You got to slow down for this. I think that's as fast as I can reasonably take it. Okay. Okay, okay. All right. Covered that turn a little bit. Nope, too wide, too sloppy here. All right, John Drew, I officially don't like your racetracks with the jumps. I think they're dumb. I think the jumps are dumb. From like a time trials, just pure racing perspective, it's dumb. It's not good. Now, would this be fun to have like 3 or 4 buddies going around where you're just kind of playing bumper cars and goofing off? Yeah, this would be hilarious. But from I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, this is incredibly infuriating. All right, let's just close this out. This isn't even going to be a PR. This is actually worse. We're doing worse again. Negative improvement. And hit this turn? Oh, caught it that time. Caught it on the backside of the ramp. Last checkpoint to end it out. 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Sloppy. All right, we're gonna do a palate cleanser. All right, we're gonna do the driftwood air race. This one is at least fun. But a car does not compete well in an air race, so we're gonna use the biplane. Yeah, this will do a little better. We're gonna do it from third-person point of view too. So this air race is pretty short. Fly through the obstacles around the slalom here. Which key for the slalom is just not to overturn. There we go. That was pretty good. Hit that ring. And then between these pillars here. Big turnaround. Then there's one more slalom we have to go around here. So through, around, and hit this one. Nope, didn't hit it. Whoopsies. All right. Hit that one. Through this. Through that, loop around, and then back at the start. So that's the lap. It's pretty short. Whole race should take about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the 3-star level, it's 2 minutes 30 seconds. But obviously, since we've missed 2 slaloms now, we're not going to hit that. You can, if you... It's not as relevant for the ground races, but if you miss a ring, you can just skip it and keep going, but it counts as a time penalty. So the green one's the one you're supposed to fly through. So there's a green one, but then the next one is blue. So if I miss this green one, I could go straight for the blue, but it's like a 30-second time penalty, which is not good. I think I want a little positive trim. Oop, nope, never mind. We're drinking water. The pylons are also only visual, so you can fly through them. Not that you should fly through them. You should fly between them, but if you hit one, it doesn't actually collide with you. But it looks better if you actually fly through it properly. There we go. I would love a joystick for this. Mouse and keyboard is a challenge here. Especially with planes. It was one thing with cars, but with planes, it's a whole other beast. I'm basically having to pulse width modulate my turns where I tap the key at a varying frequency. Okay, 15-second penalty. The water is very realistic. It does look very nice. Let's see if we can do better, though. We'll do this a couple more times, so I'm going to end the stream here. Don't have a ton of time. Just wanted to stream for a little bit. Alright, we've got good airspeed coming into this one. Let's get lined up. And first goalpost. First slalom. Second slalom. Third slalom. Second goalpost. Third goalpost into the turn. So far, so good. Fourth goalpost. Fourth slalom. Fifth goalpost. Sixth goalpost Yui. Back to the start. Second lap. First goalpost. Through the slaloms. Minute and 40. Ooh, we could just make 2 minutes 30 seconds if I keep this perfect. Eight seconds. I don't think we're going to make 2 minutes 30 seconds. We're going to be so close. 226, 227, 228, 229, 230, and that's the last checkpoint at 2 seconds. 2.09 seconds under. Ah, man. One more go round. It's quick. 2 minutes 30 seconds is all we're trying to beat. First lap's always slowest because you have to re-accelerate here. We kept up good speed. We're at 190 right now. Good speed. A little sloppy here. I'm going to lose speed in this turn if I, stay out of the water. Yeah, down to 164. So that slowed us down quite a bit. Not perfect. Not perfect. The trick is to minimize the actual amount of turning you do. You just want kind of nice and smooth directly from one maneuver to the next. The only turn that has to be taken hard is this one, and you want to finish it out and reset so you can start building up airspeed again as soon as you can. Was a little faster, about 10 miles per hour faster airspeed through that turn than the last lap. Minute 33 seconds. Looking good so far. If I can keep this up, this will be good for a record. But I have to be able to keep this up. I have 40 seconds. I need to do this lap in 40 seconds. Can I do it? Ten seconds. Don't think it's in the cards here. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. It's not in the cards. Nope, this is going to be slightly slower, actually. Ah! Breaks my heart. Yeah. 34, 35, 36. Just not ideal. Oh, man. Let's try again. One more time. One more time. We can do it. We can do better. I'm going to give myself a little bit of positive trim, too, because I'm constantly having to pitch up. And every time I pitch up, that is costing me airspeed. So if I can get just a little bit of positive trim, so it naturally inclines to pitch up, that should actually help me go faster. That was sloppy. That was sloppy on that turn. Dang it. It's kind of hard to see, but everything about the car race as far as how to take the turns tightly applies to the air race, but just at a much more extreme level. That was bad too. That's going to cost me time. Come on. Come on. Minute 32. And I missed it. Ah, shoot. Hold on. All right. Nope. Restart. We missed that checkpoint. Not good. Let's give it even more positive trim. Okay. I missed it again. I'm cutting that too tight. Dang flabbit. Dang flabbit. Ooh, this is better. That was better. So I don't need to go completely, like, knife-edged to the ground there to hit those turns. I think if I can keep it just angled a little bit and do, like, the minimum amount of turning required, then that's kind of like the ideal amount right there. Just like that. Okay, now we come in here. Sharp turn. Yeah, right there at the edge. So I minimize the amount of wasted energy coming through that arc. All right, looking good so far. Okay, and again, kind of taking this at the most extreme angle I can. So I can just tap both those rings. No! Ah! Alright, let's circle through. A 15-second time penalty kills the run. Right, can't survive that. And we're in the water. Yeah, it's slow at the start because the game starts you off at 150 miles per hour with no thrust. So you start at 150, the engine hasn't spooled up yet, and you drop down to 120. And then you start picking up speed as you drop and your engine runs. So then by the time I get to the end of the slalom at about 190, maybe hitting 200 through here. Not quite hitting 200 through here. I know that last one looked good until I absolutely botched the re-entry into the third lap. So I'm taking it this one as shallow as I can. And we just go in, and then we're immediately into the second lap. Oof, okay, that was wide. That was wide by about 15 feet there. And that dropped me from 195 to 187. Now I've got to gain that airspeed back. Sloppy, slowed down to 175 there. I probably could have kept it at 180 if I was a little bit more careful. $15 seconds. Oh, we might do it. We might do it here. 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're not going to do it. We're going to be just shy. 2, 1, 0 seconds. +1, +2, +3. Oh. Well, that is going to be my last run for that. So close to hitting it. 3 seconds off. It's tough. I mean, that's a tough thing to shave time off because it's so short. There are only so many mistakes you can make there. Because it's just such a short track. Very unforgiving. Let's go ahead and bring it in for landing. Kind of a rough landing here. Whoop. And we're down. All right, well, that's where I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. This is really fun. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly encourage you do because this is a ton of fun. And they have done a really good job with just everything involved here. The stock planes are also really good. I really like the designs. I don't really know what's going on back here. Unless they actually modeled the, like, control surfaces and the mechanics to do it. Oh, I guess they did because he's got pedals for the rudder. That's interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a good one, and I will see you in the future. Take care, everybody.